The Way America Cares, community by community. That's the theme of the United Way of Clinton and Essex County's campaign for this year. Here in the North Country, there is a great spirit and tradition of neighbors helping neighbors. Every year we reach out and we ask for your help. And each year thousands of you respond with your gift, and we truly appreciate your support. Today we'll look at how your support is helping people in our community. We'll meet a young couple and their children who have turned the corner and built a new business and a new life. We'll update you on a young child from Essex County that was featured in our video a few years ago. We'll look at an exciting new youth center, and finally, we'll meet a man who is facing life's ultimate challenge with the help of his family and hospice, a United Way agency.
The goals for this year's campaign is to raise $655,000 for the youth in the community. The sacrifices of 50 cents, 75 cents, a dollar a week have a tremendous impact on the drive and on the members of the community. In 1999, over 70,000 residents of the two-county area received assistance, and it's those 50 cents, dollars, that contribute to us being able to assist in our communities.
The concept behind Family Connections is that we are not only our own agency working to help families, but we're a much bigger part of the community. We're able to be the one-stop spot for families to connect with local businesses, with agencies that can help them, with services that they may be in need of and are not aware of. And it also gives them a sense of community.
Business we got started through Family Connections that my wife runs, the Needle Little Sewing. They actually came up with the name for the business.
I enjoy being able to work here at home. It's a lot easier. I'm able to take care of the kids at the same time for a lot of it.
They kind of started her brain to working on the possibility of even getting a business going, so as to help us get off the system, the public assistant.
It seems to make a big difference with him. He enjoys going over. It gives him something different to do, kids to play with. Daniel's not old enough for him to play with yet, and other than on weekends, there are no other kids here in the park for him to play with. So right now it's his main, other than church, it's his main exposure to learning how to play with other kids.
The Child Care Council and Family Connections are grateful to the United Way for the monies that we receive, because it helps us to branch out and reach families in some of the outlying areas that oftentimes don't have opportunity to get into our physical center on the base because of lack of transportation or inability to purchase basically the gas that might get them into town. So your United Way dollars really helps us to provide what we call on the road with Family Connections.
We've come a long way.
We first met Derek, a bright-eyed and enthusiastic little boy, in 1997 when he was being helped by the Essex County ARC Early Intervention Program. Derek has a rare medical condition where he has no use of his leg muscles. Being raised by his grandmother and unable to walk, Derek received regular visits and support from the ARC's Early Intervention Program.
He's doing okay in school, and they want him to go to kindergarten, but he's got to go to summer school to catch up, make sure he don't forget anything. And he went to the Burlington doctor. They don't know why he can't walk. They were going to take a muzzle biopsy. Now he don't know if he's going to do that. He's puzzled. Gail's the best worker there is with little kids I know. I taught him how to walk without the walker, and he's getting to learn to balance himself. He doesn't have a walker now. Since you've seen him, he had a walker, but he doesn't now.
It's good so I can walk on my own.
What was it like when you went to school with all different kids there?
It was great to be with my friends, but when I had a day off, it was bad when I wasn't in school. When I was in school, that means I made a lot of friends.
The money would be great to buy them braces and other stuff they need. For kids like that, they need things like that.
Thank you.
The Compass Report is produced every 4 years by the United Way.
For people working in public health, it's really great when an area agency or organization can go out and perform a survey such as the Compass Report. What we find here in public health is it's nice to have a baseline of information that you can refer to. And we now have, I think, 3 Compass Reports, so we can actually go back and we can look at the trends for diseases or other health issues as they are occurring in your community over a long period of time. So for us, it's a wonderful tool, wonderful instrument.
Over the last year, we've had some serious business challenges at Ticonderoga, but we're still committed to help those that are less fortunate than we are. Overall, we feel we play a vital role in United Way fundraising. We'll form a team. This year I'll be the champion of that team, and this will include people from all areas of the mill, both management and hourly employees alike. Probably about 12 people will actually run the team, and our goal will be to raise as much money as we possibly can for the United Way.
We read about it all the time. We see it on the nightly news, hear it on the radio. Young people getting into trouble. So often we hear them say, there's nothing to do, nowhere to go. Behind me is a BMX bike and skateboard park being built in the city of Plattsburgh in an effort to help their youth. Several years ago, a young policeman in Lake Placid had a dream of helping people in his community, the young people. The Thomas Shipman Youth Center is one of the newest agencies to our United Way organization.
In 1995, we had a police officer in town who was a juvenile officer, and he passed away of a routine surgery. And in April of 1995, they started an organization, a nonprofit organization, to raise money for the building.
He was always interested in the youth, in the community. He always liked kids. And when he started, he used to take busloads, to different concerts or games out of town. And he'd always try to get his brothers to chaperone. So we did a lot of things.
I think the main thing, if you looked around the town, we've taken a lot of children off the street, and we've brought them inside to a safe environment where they can learn to grow and learn responsibility, leadership, and foster friendships with some of their peers under a controlled environment. After 3 years of building and getting local donations and local labor, and so it's been going on for a while.
First time it was opened up, I kept on walking past the youth center and never came in, and so I gradually went in, and now I'm here all the time. Usually people are playing pool on the computer in the TV room, usually playing a lot of games and stuff. Twice on Sundays, they go to the high school that I go to, and it's like a dance, and you get the excitement that there's a live band and not just records or CDs or anything like that. I mean, you get to meet them up close and personal. Me and my friends are starting a band now, and I gotta find somebody who can teach me how to play the guitar.
I could just see his face now. He'd be lit right up, he'd be so proud. And I know he'd be proud of this place. And just to hear the kids out there, laughing and having a good time, it's worth it all. So I know he'd be very proud, and I'm sure he's probably looking down. Well, if people could come in here tonight from different places, counties, and just see these kids having a good time, and hear their laughter, and watch them dance, and see them with their own band, and just, it's worth it. If they can donate or whatever for it, it's worth it in the long run. Because I'm sure the youth appreciate it. And I know Tom would.
Hospice of the North Country is a United Way agency. They help people facing a terminal illness. For anyone that has had their life changed or touched by this organization, they know how hard their job is, but they also know how much they help, how their care makes a profound difference for the family and the person facing life's ultimate challenge.
Hi, Floyd.
Hi, how are you? Having cancer as long as I have, going on 5 years, I have been very, very lucky. And of course I had my family behind me more than anything, you know. And it's been a good life. I mean, I have no problems at all. Well, I was in the medical corps in the Army in the Second World War. I was wounded, shot at, and with bullets by the Germans. And of course, now I never accepted a pension because I felt as if I could make my own living without having someone else help me. I went ahead and built a business with a motel, a cabin business, on Market Street in Plattsburgh, New York. And that's where I met my wife. She was one of my renters. It ended up that it was kind of a laughable thing in a lot of ways. She said, let's go for a ride. She said, I'm all alone. She was a registered nurse. She was graduated from crowd serving in Syracuse. She was married previous to a pilot and was killed by the Japanese during the Second World War. She said, come on, we'll go for a ride in the evening. She just got done her duty that day. So, and then then she got to like me a little bit too well, I'm afraid, that day. She said, either you're going to marry me or you're going to walk home. And then we got married on the 25th of November at St. Peter's Church in Plattsburgh.
He was a very good father and a very good provider for all of us. We were just talking a minute ago about we have a little problem getting him to take care of himself when it comes to his pain now. And one of the things I was mentioning to Mary Ellen, his nurse, that perhaps it's always been over the years he's given up so much for us that he's forgotten how to take care of himself. And so this is something that I wanted to, to say to him today was take care of yourself, Dad, as well as let us all learn how that is.
He's a very good husband and a very good father. All the family always held us together.
It was a surprise, naturally, to tell me that I had cancer. Naturally, I was surprised. This is going on now, as I said, 5 to 6 years, and it's been going on. I had no feeling at all about any of the problems that I've had. I haven't had any problems, really. It hasn't interfered with my life that much. I have my own routine. I drive my own car. I do my own thing. I don't let this thing take hold of me and take my life away from me. I don't let it. I don't want to allow it. And it's one of the things that I will not allow it. Between my doctors and the hospices, at the recommendation of the doctor, my 2 doctors, in fact, and Bill at the hospital, it was a big help.
They've played a wonderful role. They are there. We laugh because they've tried to track Dad down numerous times such as delivering his oxygen to the house, and he's busy. He's he's busy. He's got things to take care of, and he's we have to track him down, and so we can let the people in, and he's just very. They're very wonderful with them. They're very caring. They're very loving, and he thinks a lot of them. And
First of all, I'm a nurse, and I watch them, and they're excellent. They take his blood pressure and they check him, and they're always there for him, and we know how to reach them if we need them, and I know them, and it's really great. They're really great.
I think it's important that people give to hospice or any of these organizations involved with United Way. 50 cents, 75 cents, that's not a whole lot to help people, And I think that people ought to really look at that as part of a neighbor helping neighbor. You can't do enough. You never can. Of course, you're talking to a priest now, and those are some of my bywords. My parishioners will smile when they see this, but they know what I say. You just can't do enough to help your neighbor.
That's right.
God will take care of you. Whoever your God is or however you look at him, he'll take care of you and give back.
I can't imagine not having people such as hospice there. I just can't imagine it.
My attitude is one thing. Accept what you have. You cannot change it. There's no way that you can change this thing. But there is ways you can help others.
And what will you remember the most about your father?
Oh my God. I think being the patriarch of the family.
You want to help other people. And you want to try to make them understand that there's nothing you can do. Nothing. But just work at it and try to make yourself comfortable and happy as you can be. I don't know what else I can tell you.
You, the generous people who contribute to the United Way, make such a huge difference to the community of people who use the United Way agencies. Your contribution to Success by Six help children and their parents. It helps give a young child crippled by a mysterious illness the strength to keep trying. It is giving our young people an alternative to the streets, and it is helping to ease the pain of life's final chapter. Thank you for all of your help and support. Community helping community. It's the United Way in Clinton and Essex counties.